What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol BB for BlackBerry Limited. On the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. We haven't marked this one up together yet, so let's go ahead and do that first, starting out with obvious areas from the daily time frame chart. So just mapping out very roughly some quick areas that catch my eye, and then we'll drill down and talk about them in a little bit more detail, right? So for now, I'll leave it off as something like that. So obviously squeezing a little bit today to the upside. The most noteworthy thing in terms of structure is that we did start a breakout and technically close a candle up and over this area of balance, which we've been stuck in for nearly a month, right? So to me, this could be the start of something bigger, in which case we have upside targets from that daily perspective here at 1259. And then, I would also argue there's a level here, right? Now zooming in, seeing this a little bit better at 1364, and then way up here towards 1658. Let's shift the focus over to the intraday 30-minute time frame chart now and just make sure, all of this is making sense. So for now, yes, certainly. If I just scrunch this back up, you can see how this has offered support here at 964. It's been a little bit of a floor. The next thing I want to point out, and we'll just draw this in loosely, not with a hard line first, is this resistance trend line has been broken, right? So to me, this is a step in the right direction. And from the daily perspective, this would look like something like that, right? So we did break out over that resistance trend line, of course, starting the change of the daily trend. So for now, we can classify this move here as the beginning of a new uptrend. Zooming in a little bit more on this 30-minute activity, let's just break out the Fibonacci's and do what we always do in terms of trying to gauge the amount of strength in the early morning moves. So the first one certainly held on to the 50% retracement. That strikes us as bullish. Cleaning that up and going from low all the way up to the high this time, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, oops, there's the high, to really just kind of see that the 38.2 was never really even in question, right? Maybe a little bit on this pullback here, but certainly the day closed well above the 38.2 consolidation point, which of course has to be more bullish than bearish. So any further consolidation, I would argue, just above this 1090 mark. So if we clean up those blue lines, you'll remember that 1090 is coming from the top of balance. As long as we remain above that number, I would say look for upside continuation here inside of BB. So any days that consolidate like this, any days that are hammers that print lower wicks, using that as support, look for bullish activity to break out over those highs and come into our next major daily target here at 1259. The other thing I need to at least make you aware of is that we are at the daily 50 SMA. That's the blue line on the left-hand side here, and that is going to act as a little bit of a hang-up. So, unless we can really, see strong candle closes back inside of the range, I wouldn't look for it to be the biggest deal, but just know we're kind of at a point of resistance, right? Technically speaking, the last thing I'll leave you off with here is that whenever we break out of a range, we typically look for doubling rules, right? So where does a double put us? Basically right at 12, the round number. So look for that as a first target maybe before about 60 cents higher and we get into market structure. 12 could act as resistance also, simply because it's a nice psychological number. So looking for upside continuation, we are breaking out of balance. We just need to clear the 50 with some authority. The close was good here inside of BB. We are, again, looking for that upside follow through. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.